Hello, thank you for ordering this gorgeous flower, which I'm gonna show how to make. Um, it is a very easy flower to do actually. It's just, I'm gonna show varieties on how to create them. You know, there's more than just this one, for example, which was inspired. If you have bought the combo deal, then you probably heard this before. And if not, then was inspired by a dress, the color combination. There's actually one more flower, but I didn't think it was very pretty, so I just left it out and decided just to do this too. And the stripes is inspired by those adults coloring book. So here we go. Isn't it pretty? And it's really fun to make and very easy. It's just gonna take a while because I'm gonna show different kind of options on how to create them, which you do not have to do, but I'm just showing. So if perhaps there are customers out there who would like to create this, so that's fine. But you could always use just, you know, colored paper, and I think that's the fastest, using colored paper and just coloring or shading them with ink pads. That's the fastest way, and that really goes fast. And before I continue, you do not have to make a branch. This is not completely full, but you could also just, like as you see here, put them in a container. You know, I made them now. This time I'm gonna show them in white with a bit of yellow, and actually everything you see is hand painted with pearlescent acrylic paint from CPM. I don't know where she got this from, but this is, you know, sometimes friends just have leftovers, they don't use it anymore, and they just give it to me because they know I love it and I will use it. So I used this one also for my Kamata tree peony, and I think, yeah, the Kamata my tree peony. And I did the same here as well. This is just 28 LB letterheads, Conqueror with laid, painted with acrylic paint, and then a layer of Mod Podge to make it shiny. But you do not have to do that, but I love the effect that it gives. As you can see, it's shiny, it's different. So it took me a while to make these, but this is optional. You do not have to do this. You could just use colored paint. And the tip of this Talman templates, I just painted with acrylic paint, just quick strokes, just the tip, because it's supposed to be an easy and fast flower to make, which is, but still fun to do. Okay, this one, as you can see here, this one, yes. I'm going to show how I drew it. I find it very relaxing, and it's my trademark actually. If that, you know, flower templates are hand painted or shaded with pastels or acrylic paint or anything, hand painted. That's my trademark, and I find it very relaxing and very fun to do. So I'm just gonna show. And again, this is optional. What I did was actually follow the, I think I need a new one because this has been worn out. You just follow, make lines by following the shape of the template. You can't see that, can you? And then just make lines again like that. It's very simple. Just follow the template. The lines are thinner because I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I can't make thin lines anymore. I think I might need a new brush. I do have one, but I can't find it. I think I left it in Germany when I was in Germany. So that's basically it. You see? You just... Ooh, I hope I can do it like this. I was afraid of that. That's okay. Just like that. Okay, this is not the easiest thing to do it in your hands, but at least you've seen it. Now I can do the last one here, which is much easier for me. As you can see. There you go. And then I have my nail art tool. And that's what we have this for. This is just full with glue, paint, and holes because of this. I don't mind. And the reason why I do not prepare holes, sometimes actually I do have them recently, new templates, but I didn't have that because the holes are so big and the wires I use are so thin, and you can do that when your flowers have sepals, but this one doesn't, so I decided not to. And trust me, I have thought about it, but I really decided not to, just because I will be stuck at the back of the flower dome with big holes, which I don't think would be pretty. And then I had to make sepals to cover that up, which I didn't want to for this flower, you know. It's supposed to be in easy and fast flower to make, and when I keep attaching all those stuff, then I don't think it's very easy anymore. And I'll just use my stylo, cake decoration tool, and just shape the tip of the stamen. I'm bending it. And here, I forgot to mention it because I already, we would like to attach, well, the wire here. And if you have the left side of the template. So when you're shaping it, make sure to turn it around. Just like that. And then shape the tip. And you just curl it basically. So it will go outwards and not inwards. We will need, I don't know how long your wires are, but we will need about, to cut wires like 20 centimeters. Let's make it 15. So 5.9 inch. 5.9 inch. Have to cut. And the reason we do that is I've learned from my mistakes by making agapantes. Is because we're gonna create this how do you call that? Stem or branch with flowers, and if you're gonna cut it really short, you will have it here, and then you will have this big lump there, and that's why just use bigger one. And then we're gonna place glue. Again, you can also do this with glue gun if you think that's easier. See, that's there you go. Make sure you have to do really tight, so if it's not tight, just make it loose and try to just roll it with your fingers. We're gonna do the other one. For this one, I see it now, I actually just used one. So I won't be needing that one. It has been a while since I made that, so I do have to look. It's been a while. I always make a bunch of templates, make the flowers, and then make a branch, and then film tutorial by one. And sometimes it takes time, gets started. Like this one, I think I made like 2 weeks ago, and it was not supposed to look like this, and then, you know, some adjustments. It was just supposed to be an arrangement, but then I thought, oh well, I haven't made a branch lately, and I do remember that I have a lot of requests before for some branches they saw on Instagram, or I posted on Facebook, but the problem with those branches were the smaller the flowers, the more time it takes to prepare. I also just colored the center black, by the way. So that's, yeah. So I thought, okay, why not create a branch with a bit bigger flowers and easier for people to practice. And if there's still suggestions to make those smaller branches, like a lilac, for example, then we can do that. And you just glue it and attach it to that and put it in here. And voila. The leaves, what I did with the leaves was actually basically the same. Just follow the shape of the leaves. I have chosen to attach 2 templates on top of each other, so make sure that when you paint on it, you do that. But I'm just gonna do, oops. Both sides this time. I only did one side for this one, as you can see. Look, didn't do the back. But I will show how to do that, and just by following. I'm looking for something where I can draw on instead of my soft palm. It's just by following the shape of the template. This is really hard because you can make a bit. It doesn't have to be straight. You can make curls. Thinner space, bigger space. Just use this. It's much easier for me. A bit easier. Not easiest. A bit. Was this line, so it's just inspired by seeing those adults coloring book, and I thought, hey, that's fun to do with that. In the leaves. Oops. And it does not have to look the same all the time, you see? This one is thinner because the tip of my felt pen wasn't broken yet, and now I can't make those thin lines anymore. And they do not have to look exactly the same. Just follow the template, the shape of the template, and yeah, that's it. It's really fun to do, I think. So I'm gonna attach 2 templates on top of each other. And I just use tacky glue because just to make sure it's secured. And can you imagine that you think that, but I have my special brush, which I also use for Mod Podge. You know, you could use a brush to do that, but make sure when you keep it, put it in a cup of water so it won't get hard. But I don't mind using my fingers. It's faster for me, and I can imagine that some of you maybe do not like this, but I have wet wipes to immediately clean my fingers. And sometimes I just wipe it off this thing as well. And then we will have to prepare a wire and just place it around the center of the leaves, and place a bit of glue. This one you do not have to because you already done that on the other side, and then just place it on top of each other. There you go. And there you have the leaves. And all we had to do to shape them is use a chopstick here it is, and then you just shape it, but make sure to let the glue dry first as it starts moving. just let the glue dry first before you do this. And that's it, basically. And now, for this one, I've colored the leaves with watercolor. Just watercolor, light green. I need to buy a new one because mine is empty. And I think I need to practice watercoloring more because I love the effect of watercolor actually. And it's very cost efficient. And I love the result. So I will be using watercolor more. And I would love to make those flowers that looks like, you know, with watercoloring. Would look like painting. But I think I'm just coloring them. And this has nothing to do with watercoloring anymore, I think. And yeah, make sure that you color, that you put them in place before you color them, because or else you end up what I did. So I still have to color the back, which I can't because I do not have light green anymore. So I have to buy it before I can finish this. But I did save it just to show you, to be aware, to not make the same mistake. And that's it. I will put this aside and keep it for... it is Sunday now, so I can't go to the shops. And I totally forgot about it. Like I said, I made this like 2 weeks ago. And I forgot about it. Then I'm gonna take a wire. I think I used the long one. Mine, there's no point of view. Oh, it's from opitech.com, and it's from Germany, so yeah. But it's pretty long. I think it's about, let's see, 13. It's about 50 centimeters. So that's pretty long wire, which I could use for a branch. And unfortunately, I only have 2, 4, 6 or 7 left. So I need to order a new one. And I need to do that fast because it does take quite a while from Germany. So that's fine. Okay, what we're gonna do is we will take, how many flowers are those? 1, 5, 6. 6 flowers. 5, 6. And again, you do not have to make, you can do both. You could also place them, make flowers, oops, and place them in a container. And, oops, and you can just place the leaves in, you know, stick it in there. So that could work too. And also would look pretty. So we'll take 6 to create a start. We will need green floral wire. And if you're